You're listening to the Daily Nugget. It's dnugget.com for December 17th, 2024. It is Tijuana Tuesday. We are now, 8 days away from Christmas.
Get excited.
And an early gift that you can open now is today's episode, Janelle.
Oh, what a nice way to introduce us. Thank you, Andy.
Well, Janelle is always a gift.
And so are you, Andy.
Well, there it is. And Jen?
These intros are getting weirder and weirder.
I gotta start introing Jen first and not Janelle. Maybe then I gotta spread the weird around.
I don't really want your weird right now, please.
I mean, you kind of got the weird whether you like it or not.
Well, it's okay. You know what? She'll get the weird tomorrow. It's all right. She has time to prepare. Sam is here too.
My ick meter is just going off.
Sam is here too. And Tijuana Tuesday, we always talk about an international. And by the way, let me say this. If you love the Daily Nugget or you just simply tolerate it, the best thing that you can do is re-gift it to somebody else this Christmas season.
Yes.
So thank you.
It's a gift that keeps on giving.
Well, it does. And then you'll have an instant connection with whoever you share it with to say, see, now you have to go through the pain too.
Right. Mutual loathing.
Misery loves company.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and we are
Merry
here
Christmas.
to commiserate with you.
Well, speaking of misery, Afghanistan, Iraq, and Sierra Leone in West Africa do not come to mind when most Australians plan an overseas holiday. In fact, the Australian government strongly advises against traveling to the first two, but a travel agent in Australia says there's a strange and unexpected growing trend among wealthy, well-traveled, older people that want to visit dangerous places.
Really?
It's called dark tourism.
No. Whoa. Okay.
We are bored. Good gracious.
It's like
Is
the
that all
dark web, only
Yeah.
more dangerous.
So what exactly do they do on these dark tours?
Well, let's see here. So the one guy said he was working on hitting. He's traveling to like 100 countries. So then you got to start. Once you do the basic ones, you usually would. Then you got to start kind of going off the map. So that's what he's doing. Let me see.
Have they gone to Antarctica?
Well, okay.
yet?
So this guy says, well, apparently, if you go to Afghanistan, like this guy did, or Iraq, he said they're so happy. They're just so happy Westerners are wanting to visit their country and not invade it or steal their artifacts.
Why?
That is pretty dark.
I'm glad we set the bar pretty low. So this guy spent 14 days. He said basically going from Basra all the way up through Iraq into Kurdistan. So he did a 2-week Iraq tour.
Yep. And he didn't die?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Well, unless he wrote this before he left.
Fair enough.
Visiting these nations it's not cheap, nor are they appropriate for the first-time traveler. Who's going to Iraq on their first international trip?
Right? Yeah.
First time. I'm going to go.
Well, I mean, if you have a map on a dartboard and you throw a dart at,
Well, that's true.
you might hit Iraq.
That's true. And he'd be like, well, the dart.
You could say, well, I guess we're going to throw another dart.
Yeah.
I can't go against the dart. It's clearly.
Several years ago, a good friend of mine did that, whatever teacher program where you can go teach overseas somewhere. And they're just random places you kind of get assigned, or I think you can pick to a degree. She'd never been out of the country and she was going to up and move, and you have to agree to like 2 years or something. She went to Kuwait.
Ah!
And I was like, are you sure? It's like 150 degrees. Are you sure?
Like,
She
Wow.
did.
It's worse
She
than
did it.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
She did it.
She did great. I don't know how, but she did.
So she survived.
She did.
She
he
came in
did.
with her hand, too.
That's wild.
All by herself, like she didn't have
All
a
by
travel,
herself.
no companion, no one to meet her on the other side. Wow.
Nope.
Well, it's my understanding that a lot of the people that go and teach other places are treated very well.
And they're usually like wealthier families, students.
Right.
But still.
That's a big commitment. I mean, that's an adventure though. That's pretty cool.
That's 2 years of your life you can't get back.
But as an older person, why would you want to do that? I mean, I can understand the experience of it all, but there's
maybe you realize
greater risk.
Maybe that's part of it. At this point, you just think, I need to feel alive. Like, I just need something.
Hey, go skydiving, dude.
It would be cheaper. Yeah. Apparently, so this travel agent says the people that do this, they've done it all. So it's not what we have $5,000. What can we get for a trip? These people say, I want to see that. What's it going to cost me?
Oh my! Well, I don't know.
It sounds like the opening of Jurassic Park 3.
I guess I'm not that adventurous. I've been on 10 years worth of mission trips, and I just have never thought that.
So this guy, this travel agent, this has got to be such an interesting gig. This guy and his travel agency. He didn't have content for his newsletter last month. And at the last minute, he added in a partner company's 55-day expedition along the west coast of Africa. Sahara Desert, Sierra Leone, Ghana, and Ivory Coast.
You always got to have content.
Sahara Desert.
And he said no, he thought no one's going to go for this. He said he had 3 calls within 24 hours.
Wow.
One of them was a 74-year-old who wanted to know if they were too old.
I'll be.
Well, I mean, hasn't stopped our president from being our president.
That's right. Okay.
You know, they say at a certain point in your life, like, I don't know what age, your taste buds stop working, right? So everything is just bland. Is it that way for like adrenaline? Where you have to be extreme to like feel
the dopamine hit, right? The dopamine hit.
Well, they say I think it's the baby boomers are the ones responsible for like the super spicy hot sauces because they can't taste anything.
Wild.
As we age, the number of taste buds that we have decreases. This usually begins to occur in our 40s if we're female or 50s if we're male.
Oh, snap. You got 9 years, sir.
Man. I think that would be what, yeah, you're right. Once you can't taste, like, just take me out. Like, just, send me into the Sahara.
Maybe that's the mindset, exactly. Like, this is like a last trip, if it were. Like,
yes.
as it were. This is how we're going out.
I'll get to see it.
So that's the Nugget. Let us know if you've gone to any. Oh, Janelle. Remember, I think we talked about this. Remember when we were in Swaziland, which is now called something else, right? Siswati.
Eswatini.
Whatever. So Siswati is the language.
Eswatini.
Anyway, remember when we were going, and it was a Sunday, and so there were the religious things, and there was like different groups of people, and there was like the ones that were red, and they wore all red, and they were the dangerous ones. Remember that?
Yes, the Zionist.
Yeah, and we were in a gas station filling up. And
yes,
they saw me, and they were,
you.
and they singled me out, thinking I was Russian.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm like, I'm not Russian. They're like, you Russian? Like, no, I'm not Russian.
They wanted to save you for real.
I know, because we were told specifically, don't talk to them, don't look at them, and they're like coming after me.
Yeah, I know, right?
This is when I had giant beard time too, so I thought I'd be a little more intimidating.
I've known you for over 20 years now, and never once have I looked at you and said, "Yeah, that guy's Russian."
Well, it's the race thing, right? It's just they saw a white guy with a giant beard, and they thought, Russian.
Well, interestingly, there are a lot of internationals that travel to that area. It's weird. I don't understand it, but
is Russia on the dark tourism list?
I don't know.
Could be.
Probably. I don't think it's safe to travel to Russia, at least as an American.
Well,
I'm having what's the word? Like ideas for this guy that's booking these tours, like expeditions they could go on, like run from a bear or like, like
Another big
narrowly escaping death excursions.
Oh, that
Should
$1 million idea. That's how you get your tilt-a-whirl, Jen.
Okay.
Absolutely. People will go for it. People will go for it. Like real life Hunger Games.
You're right. People would go for it.
People totally go for
senior
it.
citizens. Imagine how slow that would go.
I mean, they'll pretty much do it because I've been. There's a new series on Netflix with older people dating and stuff. I forget what it's called. I just saw the preview for it. That's the new thing now. It's like we take regular reality TV shows and then we just put older people in it.
Nah.
Do not go to Russia.
No.
U.S. citizens may face harassment or detention by Russian security officials.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah. So, yeah, Brittany Griner did.
Do not go to Russia.
There you go. That's the nugget. NuggetHateMail@gmail.com. Let us know your most dangerous vacation destination.
Wisconsin.
There are a few moments at night in France where I'm like, it's getting a little sketchy. In Paris, it's like nighttime in Paris.
City of love.
Stay near the lights. Stay near the lights in the crowds.